Wait.
And you disrespected the space.
No.
You disrespected the space.
It's got... Oh, praise God!
We are witnessing the sanctity of our Christian churches, places that have stood as beacons of our culture for centuries, being violated. In what can only be described as an act of profound disrespect, we see individuals of the Muslim faith walking into these holy sanctuaries, not to seek peace or understanding, but to mock and to challenge.
Jesus was a Middle Eastern Jewish man who lived...
Show me the proof. Where's your proof?
The proof is in the Bible, it's in history, Josephus.
I'm here for you to teach me about the religion.
I'm telling you.
I'm passionate. I want to know God, the real God.
Yeah.
The one and only true God.
And yet you stood there and you disrespected the space.
No.
You disrespected the space.
It's got... Oh, praise God!
Hands up, like this. Good. Stay with me. Allahu Akbar.
Allahu Akbar.
Place them here on your legs. Now we bow down gently. Forehead to the mat, like this. Say, Subhana Rabbi al-A'la.
Subhana Rabbi al-A'la.
Lovely. Sit back up.
You've seen the evidence of the hatred in their hearts. Do not be ignorant of it. This hatred will lead to the persecution of Christians in this country if we allow Muslims to impose Sharia law.
A woman is confronted on camera, her tone patronising as she belittles the Christian faith within its own walls. Her supposed quest for knowledge is a thin veil for her contempt. This culminates in a shocking act of ideological defiance as she runs to the front of the church, to the altar, and screams, Allahu Akbar. Let us be perfectly clear. This is not a joke. This is not a harmless skit. This is a serious and deeply symbolic act. It is a declaration. And it is part of a massive growing problem in the United Kingdom, where our core religion, the faith that has shaped our laws, our ethics, and our very way of life, is constantly disrespected. There is a glaring double standard at play. Imagine for a moment if the roles were reversed. If a Christian were to enter a mosque and behave with such utter disdain, the public outrage would be deafening. The media would descend. Our government would issue immediate condemnations, and the individual would face the full force of societal backlash. Yet, when the disrespect is aimed at Christianity, there is a chilling silence. No media coverage, no political outrage. It is a two-tier system of justice and respect, and it is making a mockery of our nation. This is not an isolated phenomenon confined to our island. This disrespect for Christianity is a sickness spreading across the whole of Europe. A recent clip from Italy showed an African Muslim migrant casually graffitiing the outside of a church. The casual nature of the act is what is so disturbing. It is as if our most sacred landmarks are seen as nothing more than blank canvases for their own messages, a sign of conquest. The message is clear, your culture is being overwritten. And what are our politicians, the supposed guardians of our Christian country, doing about that? Are they outraged? Are they defending our heritage? No.
You see Muslims making a difference, helping to deliver every single one of the government's missions. In business, helping to grow our economy. In education, giving our young people the opportunities that they deserve. In our NHS, of course. In charity work. British Muslims are amongst the most generous group in the United Kingdom and beyond. So I must say thank you to you for all of that, and particularly what I know has been a very difficult time.
Instead, we are treated to public appearances where they lavish praise on the very communities from which some of this hostility emerges. We hear them thank British Muslims for their contributions, speaking of their role in our society, all while the pain and suffering of their co-religionists in foreign conflicts are given more weight and sympathy than the cultural attacks happening right here on our own soil. Our leaders seem profoundly moved by events thousands of miles away, yet profoundly blind to the desecration of our own culture within their constituencies. They are utterly useless, detached from the concerns of the people they are meant to represent. Their priorities are not the priorities of the British people. This political failure has left the British public feeling abandoned, and tensions are now spilling over into everyday life. The conflict is no longer confined to holy sites. It is in our supermarket.
This is becoming way too common. I'm in Tesco, yeah, shopping for some meat. Yeah, let me show you this. I've just bought myself 2 pieces of chicken. I'm in the halal section, yeah. But every time I come in, I always see something Aram. So someone's put a pork joint here, yeah. Like, mate, what is that supposed to do to us? Am I supposed to cry or? I just don't get it, man.
But the most sinister front in this cultural war is being fought in the minds of our children.
Hands up, like this. Good. Say with me, Allahu Akbar.
Allahu Akbar.
Place them here on your legs. Now we bow down gently, forehead to the mat, like this. Say, Subhana Rabbiyal A'la.
Subhana Rabbiyal A'la.
Lovely, sit back up.
Within the walls of our British schools, we have seen footage of British school children being taught how to perform Muslim prayers. This is not the curriculum any of us remember. This is not a neutral academic study of world religions. This is active participation, a blurring of the lines between education and indoctrination. It goes even deeper. A concerned mother exposed a primary school in Wiltshire for handing out leaflets to young, impressionable children that attempt to normalise the concept of jihad.
Dear oh dear, it is starting. So parents of children who attend a primary school in Wiltshire are absolutely outraged at this leaflet that has been handed out to their children. If you look in the bottom left-hand corner, it talks about jihad, lesser jihads, the physical struggle to protect the Islamic faith in the world. Dear oh dear. I wonder if it's got anything to do with the fact that the interim chair at the moment of Ofsted is Sir Hamid Patel. I wonder. But jihad is used by extremist Islamic groups. That there is normalising it and making it out to be some kind of soft, easygoing word, something that is regularly used within that language of talking about this religion or this faith. The really, really worrying thing is what it doesn't talk about on this leaflet anywhere is radicalisation and not listening to people who try to make you believe something to the extreme. But it doesn't talk about that in there, does it? It's absolutely disgusting. This appalls me. It's one thing children learning about different religions around the world, which we learned about Islam when we were in school, and we learned about the Jewish faith, Judaism, we learned about the Sikh faith, the Hindu faith, the Catholic faith, the Christian faith. But this seems to be being pushed on us now. And as I say, I wonder if it's got anything to do with the acting chair of Ofsted at this moment in time. But normalising the word jihad, which is used by terrorist groups, especially Hamas, who are waging jihad or trying to wage jihad across the world, and especially in Gaza, absolutely disgusting. And if my child was in this school, and I don't know which school it is, they'd be out like that, because no way would I tolerate this. Learning about Islam is one thing, but normalising jihad and making it out to be okay is quite another. Very quick, weren't they, in the media to portray the young white boy, sorry, I can't remember the name of the programme, who was radicalised, but they're not looking at jihad as radicalisation. Absolutely appalling.
The leaflet speaks of lesser jihad as the physical struggle to protect the Islamic faith. This is not education, it is indoctrination. It is the normalization of a term that is inextricably linked with violence, extremism, and groups like Hamas, who wage their terror under that very banner. The leaflet dangerously omits any mention of radicalization or the extremist ideologies that twist this concept into a call for war. This is happening under the watch of an educational establishment, with figures like the interim chair of Ofsted, Sir Hamid Patel, in positions of immense influence. We are right to question if there is a connection. We learned about other faiths in school, but we learned about them. We were not encouraged to practice them. We were certainly not taught to accept and normalize concepts used by terrorist groups. They are attempting to sanitize a concept that is fundamentally at odds with British values of peace, tolerance, and liberty. To teach this to children who are like sponges absorbing everything they are told is incredibly dangerous. It is a subversion of our culture from within, planting seeds that do not align with British values. The question is no longer what is happening, but what we, the British people, are going to do about it. The silence from the top, the active promotion of these alien values in our schools, and the open disrespect in our most sacred places cannot be met with our own silence. We must find our voice again. We must stand and declare that our culture is not a museum piece to be discarded, that our faith is not a doormat to be trampled upon, and that our children's minds are not battlegrounds for foreign ideologies. This is our home. This is our heritage, and it is a heritage worth defending.